Greetings and welcome to this edition of
Positronic.
I am Barry P. Cook, and I'm here to review the latest episode of The Flash, which is called Masquerade. And it opened with kind of a whoa moment because we see where Cecile has a weird vision of herself in a padded cell, and it's like, what the hell is that all about? Next, we see where Chester has decked out the back room where all the equipment is and stuff that Cisco used to use. And he starts doing a little dance and blows out the speakers. I know it's kind of interesting. So he decides he has to go down to the Starchives, and he gets down there and he finds Iris and Barry are kind of getting it on down there, because remember, they're trying to have a baby now. So he runs into that, and that was kind of funny. But soon thereafter, we discover that Cecile is not actually herself. She's been sort of taken over by something, and she puts Barry in a coma. And it turns out that he's trapped with her in her mind. And it turns out that this happened because Psycho Pirate, a villain from earlier in the show, early in the series, has somehow managed to control her. So that's what the plot of this episode is going to be about. Psycho Pirate wants the mask, which I guess is at Argus or something like that. Anyway, she wants this mask back. So they call on Ralph's lady friend, Sue, and they break in to get the mask. And it was pretty cool because she pulls a Catherine Zeta-Jones with the lasers, the security lasers. She kind of does that little dance under the lasers and everything. And she mentions Ralph and something about Tunisia, which is interesting. So they're keeping the Ralph character alive in the narrative. I don't know why that is, but that's what they're doing. But Cecile shows up and gets the mask, because now they, of course, have taken out all the security, and she tranquilizes Sue, and then she goes crazy over the comms, which was not good. But meanwhile, in Cecile's mind, Barry and Cecile are trying to get out of the crazy house, and they encounter crazy Cecile. Now, not the Cecile that's out in the world, who is really Psycho Pirate, but sort of an echo of Cecile from a time when she had been institutionalized. And I'm like, there's just too many Ceciles in this episode. But anyway, she was institutionalized before, I guess after her mom passed away, and she needed to face her guilt. She was guilty over that for some reason, and it doesn't go well. But we learn that what Psycho Pirate really wanted was the chair, the thinker's chair. And so she moves into the Starchives. She's trying to get it, and Iris hits her with a plasma rifle. But at this point, we're 50 minutes into the episode, and we haven't seen Barry in the suit. We haven't seen him do any real speed stuff, which there is not the first episode where this has been the case, and it just drives me insane. I want to see the Flash. The characters are great, but I want to see the Flash. It's a superhero show. We see Cecile open a can of whoop-ass on her former institutionalized self, or the echo of that version of her in the mind. So they're fighting. Meanwhile, in the outside world, Chester does a flying samurai move with a sword into the chair to try to dislodge, I guess, or stop Psycho Pirate from doing what they're trying to do, because it didn't completely take her out when she was hit with the plasma rifle. This opens up the mind prison somehow, and Barry and Cecile are able to escape and take their own minds back over. So all's well that ends well. Now, Joe wasn't in this episode except for the beginning and the end, because he's talking to Cecile in the beginning about something, and then he's talking to her in the end about what happened. And I think that's a shame, because I think he's really the best actor on the show. That guy, I've probably said this before, I think he does the best acting on the show. So it's like, I like to see him, but he wasn't in the episode. And they, like I said, they didn't have any Flash moments, which is really dumb. So this was not a great episode. It's kind of one of those filler episodes. I don't know. I guess after the departure of Cisco, I don't know, they didn't maybe want to do a big thing. I don't know. But that's where we are. I'll be back to review the next episode after it airs. Until then, again, I say peace and long life.